Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I'm joined by a guest that has been here before, second time return. This is Sharon back in the house. If you guys have been tuning in, you guys know he joined us for our X-Men 90s, no, our X-Men 3,
the
Last
movie.
Stand review. And he's come back to talk with us about the Odyssey. What's going on, Sharon?
What's
How
up?
you
What's
doing,
up?
man?
What's up, everybody?
Word. Like I said, we're going to be talking about the Odyssey tonight, the latest film from Christopher Nolan. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. And make sure you guys tune in on Facebook every Tuesday night for BrickWall Anime. Where Sam comes back and she's talking about all the great anime that's out there, so you guys don't want to miss that. But for right now, you're here with us, and we're going to take you guys on a journey, on an Odyssey, dare we say.
I see what you did there. I see it.
You like that, right? You like that. So I saw this movie is directed by Christopher Nolan, and it has an all-star cast, including Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, Charlize Theron, and so many others that pop up in this movie. It is definitely a Travis Scott. You know, it's an all-star cast. For those of you who follow me on TikTok, I did give my out-of-theater reaction of this, and I did enjoy it after I saw it. And this movie has sat with me for about a week, exactly a week actually. And so really for me, this is talking about whether or not my thoughts have changed, what I think about this movie now as opposed to a week ago. But one of the main reasons we have Sharon here is because not only has Sharon now seen, you've seen the Odyssey now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
but 2 days ago, yeah.
Yep. Not only has Sharon now seen the Odyssey, but he also is familiar with the story of the Odyssey. If I have that correct.
Yes.
So what's your familiarity with the story and the events that happened around that? Because I don't know anything. I just know I was watching the movie. The most I knew about is the Trojan horse. That's it. Other than that, and the Greek gods' names and stuff like that. But besides that, I knew nothing else. But what is your tell us about how you came upon this story and what you know about it, and then we'll kind of go from there.
I think it was high school. Either high school or college. I read it. I know I did the Iliad in high school, which is the Trojan horse, the war of Troy, which is before the Odyssey. And then the Odyssey like follows Odysseus home from after the Trojan War, and that's what the movie is based off.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's been a while since I read, but I know most of the remember parts of the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember if I read this in high school or not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have no recollection of the story ever in my entire life, so it was very interesting seeing this for the first time. But for those of you who don't know, and much like Sharon said, this movie follows Odysseus' journey home to Ithaca, whatever. Ithaca. Y'all know I can't pronounce shit, okay?
It's good. Greek mythology is it's like
a lot of different weird pronunciations. And it incorporates key episodes from the epic poem because apparently it's based on a poem that includes encounters with mythical beings such as the Cyclops and Circe, while also showing events in Ithaca with Penelope and
the suitors.
And
the suitors. And Telemachus is the son. Yeah.
So this is like it's a very epic movie in scale. I can more so talk about this movie just from a film perspective because seeing this movie, I saw it in Dolby Cinema, which was a very good format to see it in. Very colorful, very loud, very vibrant. Seeing that, but I want to hear about your experience with this movie, seeing this movie, Sharon. And if you can avoid incriminating yourself in any way, shape, or form, do so. But I would assume you saw it in regular format, not that.
I did not go to see the IMAX. No. From a technical standpoint, I think it was fine. I think it was great. I think the acting was really well. The directing is good. I like they use practical effects instead of CGI.
Mm-hmm.
I think actually I'm curious about this. So, what is like your actual first impression of it? Because you didn't like actually know the source material. I'm just curious, like how like
Right.
somebody who
Oh,
didn't know the source material.
so my first impression, so just as a movie, and I'm glad you asked
Yes.
too. So just as a movie going into it, so I'm not usually somebody who watches a lot of movies like this, like ancient Rome and Greece and stuff like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not usually one who watches movies like that. Like I'm aware of them and I can acknowledge that they may be very good films. But this one, going into it, I was just like, okay, all I know is that it's about people on a boat and some other stuff happened. Like I heard it was a Cyclops, I heard it was some other things going on, but I had nothing confirmed. So watching this movie, um, it was definitely a really good experience. I will say that. Like the story for me, since I don't know a lot about the Greek, the story behind all these, all these events that happened, or are familiar with the history around it. Um, it was a little confusing for me because I couldn't tell who was from where, if that makes sense. Like it kind of felt like Matt Damon, who played Odysseus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell if he was part of the Trojans who were the good guys, or if he was part of the Spartans who was the bad guys, or if he's someone who converted over from one place to the other because he bowed down to the other person. Those were things that I was like, okay, I'm not really sure who's what, but just from just everything else, I was able to follow it very clearly. Like I knew what was going on. It was very engaging for the movie to sit at over 2 hours, close to 3 hours.
Oh my, yeah, that
Um,
was.
it was long. It was a long
Yeah.
movie. I'm not gonna hold you. It was a long movie, but for it to sit at that length and still be as captivating as it was all the way through is something that something I wasn't expecting. Now, I thought they were going to speak in those, oh, thou shalt not, if you thine wits wither wench. Like, I thought they were going to use that type of talk and language, but I do like that it was just like, hey, do you know what the throne is? Hey, what have you heard about my father? Like, I was like, okay, now I can follow it because I know what they're saying. Like, they're not using all these, king's language, I guess you
I
call
get
it.
what, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun from that point, and then much like yourself, I absolutely loved the practical effects. Learning that the Cyclops was a practical effect blew my mind.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it was. That's like one of my favorite parts about the film that they did use practical effects. Which I'm always a fan of practical effects. So you know,
right, right, and I love that. And this is my first Christopher Nolan movie I have watched since maybe the I don't remember the last one I saw of Chris Nolan's that was outside of the Dark Knight trilogy. I can't remember
oh, I'm
what
with you.
I
I
have.
think the only movies I've seen was the Dark Knight trilogy and this. I didn't see Oppenheimer. I never seen
I didn't see it
Interstellar.
either.
I didn't see Tenet. Oh, I did see Tenet. I'm lying, but I didn't see it in theaters. I did. And what's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio? Interception. I did not see Interception. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I don't even remember watching the Inception.
my Christopher Nolan thing is the Batman trilogy, well, basically the Dark Knight trilogy in this. So I'm with you on that one. I haven't seen a lot of the Christopher Nolan films.
Yeah, and so like walking into this one and like hearing how well Christopher Nolan, like, because I heard like, oh man, Christopher Nolan's at his top, he's at his peak with this like his best work, and I'm just like, okay, well let's see. And Christopher Nolan, I apologize, I have slept on you. Okay, I was unfamiliar with your game. Okay, I watched The Prestige about a week or two before I saw this movie, which I talked about on TikTok. You should check that out. But with The Prestige, I kind of was like, okay, he can tell different stories, and then with the Odyssey, it's like, okay, yeah, no, he's really good at telling these stories and pacing it, and not for nothing, he's really good at getting an ensemble cast together. Like he gets some of the best casts that I've ever seen in movies. Like he's one of those people that could just pull everybody into one thing. I do love that. And even the parts of this movie that had like horror aspects, because there's during their journey, like we already talked about the Cyclops. There were things with the one witch who was turning the
Cersei's.
animals, yeah.
Yeah, Cersei's.
And um let's see, there was just so many different things in this movie. I'm trying to think, like 'cause I know with the horror aspects of it, that was very interesting. Even the action scenes, like with Odysseus and his son, when he had to fight together and everything like that.
Kill the suit. Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
had to
it was good.
kill.
And before we continue, I do want to say there are going to be light spoilers in this review. Not anything heavy, but light spoilers. Mostly because I realize it's a story, so maybe a lot of people already know how it ends. But I won't spoil anything heavily in terms of certain things. But
I
yeah, no,
mean,
I
can
do.
you
I do.
spoil a story that's been around for 3,000 years? I'm just saying the story's
I
been
mean, I
around for.
haven't read the story. I've
I
only seen
mean,
the film adaptation. So
I'm
like,
just saying, I mean, the thing's been around for 3,000 years. I mean,
but like I said, hey,
uh,
I ain't read it.
I mean, yeah, but as far as the journey goes, it's not 100% faithful, which is fine. I don't think nobody should expect it to be 100% faithful to the source material. I agree with Dave a lot. I think a lot of it was okay from a technical aspect, like the acting, the directing. My only gripe with it, because I know the source material, is the guys don't play a role in it. I mean, spoiler. Now this actually might be a spoiler. If you go into expecting the gods to play a role, they don't. And I don't. To me, it makes it confusing for me because a lot like a Zendaya's character, Athena, she
Hmm.
plays a big role in the source material, and she helps Odysseus out multiple times in the journey, and she's barely in the film. And I think she's like a figment of his imagination. I think that's where, like Nolan's interpretation of it is very he makes Odysseus like more grounded. Like the whole thing is more grounded. It's not really um like with the gods. It's really
Yeah,
like
like fantastical.
yeah. And for me, that's what I kind of wanted from the Odyssey. Cause that's what when I read it the first, that's what got me hooked was the fantastic parts of it. Like the Cyclops, even though the scene was good, that is my favorite part of the Odyssey from the source material. They changed it in terms of like little things that like I didn't like enjoy as much. Like in the source material, the Cyclops would talk. Like they actually had a conversation before, and it's like for Odysseus, the famous one is that he tricks the Cyclops. I think they're going over like he gives him wine or something. He gets the Cyclops drunk to go to sleep, and I think he asks his name, and Odysseus tells him his name is nobody. So like how in the movie go, they blind the Cyclops. So when the Cyclops starts yelling, there's also more Cyclops on the island. So they come and ask who's killing you or who's hurting you. He says nobody, because that's the only name he knows of the people. And so I thought like that part, those type of things, because Odysseus is known as this crafty, witty, wily like character in the Odyssey. Like he
Hmm.
thought of the Trojan horse. Like he outthinks his opponents usually. That's the way it goes. And that element was kind of got lost to like for me in the film. I mean, it's things like that like I didn't that makes it hard for me to like it's still a good film. I do recommend it. But that part, like things like that, is like, damn, I wish they went with that instead of like they made it more human and like it's not bad, but it's just not my cup of tea, I should say.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
with because you mentioned how the gods played a bigger role in the actual story.
yes,
So like was it like you actually see like or not see, but you actually get more of Poseidon and more
yeah,
of
Zeus.
like
Okay, for
yeah,
example, when he blinds the Cyclops is the son of Poseidon.
right.
So the reason the name, okay, and the reason the name was important because he gives when after they get off the island, Odysseus says, "My name is Odysseus," blah blah blah. After they reach what they thought was safety, so the Cyclops prays to Poseidon, to his father, and says, "Odysseus did this to me," and then so Poseidon retaliates with like all the storms, and it goes on from there. So like it's things like that, like Zeus, with the cows, particularly about eating the cows. When they ate the cows, the storm let up, and then they went back sailing. Zeus hits them with a lightning bolt, like a
Right.
lightning strike. It blows up, drowns the crew. So like, yeah, the gods play a bigger, like Athena definitely plays a bigger role. I think even Hermes plays a role. I'm thinking, yeah, it's the gods to me, and the fact they didn't use them at all, basically, is like, I don't know how, it's like I don't know. To me, it feels like they're telling the myth without the mythos. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what
Right.
it kind of feels like.
Okay, I think I kind of get what you're saying with it, because to your credit, yeah, it is something that, because I had no idea how deeply the guys played in it. And I think that the movie was kind of playing more towards the fact that Odysseus kind of struggled a little, not struggled, but like how he started to look at his belief in the gods differently by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like,
They
is that
definitely made
something
him
that
more
carries itself
human.
in the original?
Uh, that part I don't remember because um, they definitely made him more human. Like that was like the thing. They made him like the PTSD and like the trauma. Like that's more into this interpretation of it. Um, I, I don't know. Like I said, it felt a little off to me for that part because I read the source material. I like it, and that's the only part. Like if I had a gripe, is more of that like the guys really don't play like Athena, especially Athena, because she helps him a lot. And yeah, they just I'm like, and that's like my only like thing with it. I'm like, damn, I wish they incorporate the gods more. But I understand what he was trying to do. I just don't think it worked. At least not for me. It didn't work out enough
Yeah.
that were like for where I could like enjoy it. Cause like I'm trying to think even like an example of like the Cyclops or like Zeus, like the gods played a role. And like even getting off the island, I think Zeus commanded Calypso to let Odysseus off the island. Like they had I think it was Athena that begged Zeus to let him off the island. So like it's a lot that the gods play and they didn't really show.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I mean like it's still a good film. I still recommend it because like I said, it is practical effects. Like the directing and stuff is fine. I think it's just that part. And like here's my other gripe. I don't think Matt Damon did a good job. That's just my that's just
Really?
yes, that is
So this is
my
so
that's also my other gripe.
All right, so cool. So now we're on the actors, right? Because I know we kind of
Yeah,
jumped around, but it's cool
yeah,
that we did, because this is a movie that it's a lot of content in there. For me to go beat by beat, section by section, we'll be here for so long because it's
yeah,
so much to
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
This movie is jam packed. But one of the things that I can praise this movie for is the performances.
No, I
I
think Eric
am
Ellis's performance is
somebody.
fire. I just
I
don't
am
think Matt
somebody
Damon
who
was.
say again.
I don't. I think Eric Ellis's performance was fine and really great.
Right.
I just don't think Matt Damon did a great job. I don't not say he's not a good actor. I just think this role wasn't for him. If that make like I think they needed more of a character actor or somebody like I didn't like Matt Damon in this. I think his role like Tom Holland role was fine. Everybody else did I think a good job.
Hmm.
I just think Matt Damon did a great job.
So my here's my thing, right? Like I actually kind of feel the opposite about from you actually, because I thought Matt. So I don't really watch a lot of Matt Damon movies, right? So I don't have like a scale on the Matt Damon meter of how good or how bad he is in one role. I did like what he brought to this performance. I guess because it's just like I don't have anything else to really associate Matt Damon with. So seeing him in this role is just it's like my first time really seeing him in a role for like an extended period of time outside of the Ocean movies where he was just a supporting character. Like I've never went to the movies to see a Matt Damon movie. Like I've
Oh,
never
that's fair. So now,
respectfully to Matt
now,
Damon.
now,
Respect.
now I'm trying to think. That's kind of fair because now I'm trying to think like what movie I would see. If it was like
So
the
this,
Bourne type of movie, then yeah, like
So, but look, so with that said, I think Matt Damon did a pretty doggone good job in this. I did like how he played the character. I do like even with some of the twists that it take with his character and the things that end up happening, and he showed that he portrayed Odysseus the way that I think Nolan was going for with this portrayal of Odysseus,
Oh
just
yeah.
based off of how it was different from what you are describing. Now, if he was to play what you were describing, I still think Matt Damon could have played that version of Odysseus, but I think that this one was suited very well for him.
Oh
However,
yeah, he's definitely more
on
grounded than the source material.
on the opposite end of that, though, you liked Tom Holland, though. You gave Tom Holland his praise for his performance, and I'm not gonna take that away from him. As a matter of fact, this is a big week for Tom Holland because starting tomorrow, Spider-Man's out. Well, really today, but also tomorrow too, Spider-Man's out in theaters. So be sure to look for that review at the time this recording is tomorrow, or So wait a minute. Anyway, I think Tom Holland. Like, I don't know. I have to get used to seeing Tom Holland in things.
That's not Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Like I see him, I was like, wow, he's still just a little Tommy boy doing his thing out there. Like he was straight. Like he.
Oh no, he was. I
was like he was straight. Like
no, I think everybody did a good job. He just the first one that came to my mind was Tom Holland, but all of them, I think the rest of the cast was good.
I would have liked to have seen a stronger performance from Tom Holland in this, but I feel like maybe this wasn't the movie where you get that strong performance from him. Not to say that he doesn't get stronger, but I think that this wasn't the movie to do it. This was a movie to do it, but it wasn't the movie to do it. I feel like Zendaya was completely wasted in this film.
Yeah, that's like I feel so too because but also she makes Athena, and it's like Athena's a major character. Like it just, I'm not trying to go back to that, but that's what
because I understand that because I wasn't necessarily fond of that twist myself. Because I liked it better with the idea that she was playing Athena, but when the twist comes around and it is what it is, I didn't necessarily like that too much because I just felt like, all right. I mean, you didn't have to do that, but it was an inspired choice. Also, we're forgetting to mention one actor in this movie that I think is going to, and I'm going to start talking about Oscars now too. One actor in this movie that I definitely think should at least get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Hold on. Is it John?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. We're on the same page.
John Leguizamo. My goodness gracious.
Yes, we're on the same page.
As a society, we got to stop sleeping on John Leguizamo. I think that if anything, he should get and will get a Best Supporting Actor nomination, not a win. I don't see him getting the win, but I do see him getting the nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, he definitely was fire in this movie.
I see Anne Hathaway getting a nomination for Best, I guess, Lead Actress.
Yeah, I wish they did more with her role too, like Penelope. Because Penelope does go through a lot in like the Odyssey and shit. Like just get like, and I know that's a knock on Nolan that he doesn't do nothing with his female characters. And I mean, this doesn't help his case. If it was, this is not the movie that helped his case.
Really?
I mean, that's what people are saying. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of Nolan films, but
that's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, that's one of the critiques of him that a lot of his female characters don't. They're like shallow. Like the only thing I've seen is the Batman. So looking from that perspective, they right because there's no real female characters in Batman. The Dark Knight, except Rachel, and she's just a love interest between Batman and them. So, but that's when I've heard on the internet that's one of the critiques is that he don't do much with his female like characters. And like if that's the truth, then this movie does not help it. I can tell you it doesn't really help it.
Oh wow! I see. I wasn't even looking at it like that, but I guess because I didn't. Well, for whatever reason, I didn't look at it like that. But I guess that could be considered a valid criticism. Another thing in this movie that I definitely enjoyed as well. Well, performance wise, I think those are and Matt Damon obviously is going to get the nomination for lead actor. If not him, then it might be Tom Holland. But I could see Matt Damon getting the nomination for best lead actor in this film. I could see this movie getting best adaptation at the Oscars. I can see it getting.
I think she's nominated. I don't know if he'll win it. but I can see it dominated. But I don't know if it'll win it.
I can see it get I can see it winning best sound design though, because seeing this in the Dolby experience, oh my god, man, the sound design on certain parts where it's just like, oh, it was just, and I'm somebody who never really praises sound design like that, but this movie was the first time I sat in the theater and I was like, yo, that sound design is going crazy right now.
Oh,
I,
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about the sound design. That's it.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Some standout parts to me for this movie, and I'll juggle this question back over to you. I love the Cyclops sequence. I thought it was great on a horror level. I thought it was great on a suspense level. And I'm not gonna lie, the way the scene ended with the Cyclops throwing the helmet out of there, and then Matt Damon shooting the damn the Cyclops right in the eye and whatnot. I would have done the same thing. I ain't gonna hold you because fuck you for what you did. All right, you little motherfucker. I'd have done the same thing, you little bitch. Like that, and then my other favorite part was the sirens part. The siren song. Oh my god, that scene. I love how he described it. I love how he act. That's why I say like I like Matt Damon's performance in this because
Okay,
showing that like that scene alone is just really good.
okay. See that for this interpretation of Matt Damon. Oh, this interpretation of
Odysseus.
Odysseus. Yeah, it like okay because even in the source material, that scene was. It's always funny to me because it's like he's like, okay, we're gonna cover our ears with beeswax. Cool, but I want to be the only man to hear the siren song and survive. Because that was like kind of the thing. Nobody's ever heard the siren song and survive. So tie me to the mast. Like for that Odysseus, it made sense. For Matt Damon's Odysseus, I don't think it made too much. It made it even like stupider because I'm
Well, how though?
like because of the whole part like the Odysseus, he wanted to be the first man ever to listen and survive. That was like the whole thing with the sirens. Nobody's ever heard this song and survive.
I thought, but wasn't that what Matt Damon's version of Odysseus was doing too, right?
Yeah, but it don't really because he's supposed to be more grounded. Like that don't make like you know what I'm saying. He's supposed to be like I guess more real. If that makes like that's how I always took it. He's supposed to be like more realistic. That
Mm.
is to me is not a realistic like thing. I'm like I would just be like all right, give me the beeswax as well. I'll just we just sail through. I mean that's just the way I looked at it. I'm like okay, because yeah, I mean like it was cool. Like I said, I wanted to see the siren scene because like it is a part of the story. Um, Yeah, like it just to me didn't make that much sense for this interpretation of it. You know that's
Right.
just like for me because I'm like I thought he was supposed to be like a little bit more real, a little bit more grounded. You know,
Okay.
like that character.
I can understand that. What were some standout parts to you that you really enjoy, even as somebody who read the source material and
But I still like
everything?
the Cyclops scene. I think it's still good. I just because that was always my favorite scene from even
Yeah.
the so that was always I was looking forward to that. I like
Mhm.
the cannibal, the giant people cannibal scene.
Oh
Yeah, I thought that was
yeah,
really good.
man.
I
Is
thought
that what they
that
were?
yeah, they were supposed to be like giant cannibals.
Okay,
Um,
because I was just like,
I
it's
don't
just
know
some
about the
random
armor
giants there.
part. I don't remember the armor part, but like, cause I don't remember them describing them wearing that type of armor. But they were like giant cannibals, and yeah, that's pretty much they just chased them off the island. Like a lot of the source material is they hit the points. It just like without the gods, it just made it like kind of different. But
Yeah.
like a lot of even in the original source, they go from one island to another island. They go to one island, get fucked up, go to another island, get fucked up, and it's kind of like a repeating like thing in the until they till everybody's dead. But like, oh, they didn't do which I was wondering if they want to do this. There's a in the source material in the like the actual book or poem, or, they go to this king and queen. They give them a bag of air like a bag of like a house SpongeBob had in the movie, like it was like a bag of
Yeah,
air.
yeah. That's the first thing I thought about when you said
Yes, yes.
that.
So I was wondering if they didn't do it in the film, but I was wondering if they was going to do it in the film, and they didn't do it. But because yeah, it's like because in the actual source material, they get so close to Ithaca's, and the crew opens the bag. I forgot why though. I forget why, but they get like so close they can see the city, and so when they open the bag, it sends them like it flies them back to like to the island originally. So yeah, and then he goes back to the same king and queen, and they're like, "Nah, we can't help you now because you obviously are cursed." Because like you can't like it was a yeah. So they didn't want to help him no more. But yeah,
Okay.
I was wondering if he's going to put the bag of air in this.
No, that would have been interesting, but I guess like
Well,
again like
yeah,
with
it's
this
more
all being
grounded.
so
Yeah,
grounded and
yeah,
everything, I guess that's why they didn't really do it because it's more of a
yeah.
grounded
That
version
would.
of the story.
Mm. Quick question: have you ever seen Troy? I know you say you don't normally watch these type of, but have you
Mm,
seen Troy?
I haven't seen
Oh damn.
Troy
Well,
in like eons, so
yeah,
like I'm
okay,
just gonna
yeah,
say
okay.
no.
I mean that's fair, but I was going to try to compare him because Troy is very grounded compared to like how the actual Iliad was too. So I think Troy did it better, but I think yeah, because Troy was really grounded as well. I was trying to use that example, but yeah, you haven't seen it in a long time, so the example was not going to like make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was my pivot.
Yeah. So I mean there's a lot to like about this film. Like the Trojan Horse Part 2 was pretty good, very heartbreaking. I don't like watching people drown in movies, so that kind of did mess me up. Um but yeah, no, I think
My bad. I did like the underworld part a little bit. It didn't make I like when they when they went and see like the little spirits or whatever.
mhm.
Um,
Oh, that part I like that part. That's the
yeah,
part I was trying to remember. Yeah, because
yeah,
I
I
do
like
like
that
that
part.
that journey there and him being told that certain things are gonna happen, and he was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna like." He had a combat for everything, and I do like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is funny because like in the Odyssey like book, like the crew like, all right, don't open the bag. All right, crew opens the bag. Don't eat the cows. Crew eat the cows. Like it's like
Uh
he
huh.
has some of the worst crew members. Like they just fuck it up completely throughout the whole like journey.
Definitely did. Definitely
Yeah,
did.
but
Even his little ride or die right there was fucking up.
yeah, it's but like I do like the underworld scene or like I do find it weird that everybody was mad at him, which I'm like, why is everybody mad, particularly at him?
Right, right,
Like,
right.
but this is what I'm saying. That's why I think some of the like because Agamemnon was the king, the one that the big guy with like the helmet, looked like a Batman mask.
Uh huh.
He's the king of Greece. So he like had the biggest. I'm like, why is nobody mad at him? Like why are you mad at the one of the generals? I think that part. I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess, but that I was always curious about that. Like, why is everybody mad at particularly him when he's just a general? Like, it's yeah, because I'm like the king of Greece is there, like
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, but this movie, and like I said, first, right, and you hear us talking like as much that we talk about in this movie is it's really good. Like, it is interesting hearing the perspective of somebody who has the attachment or has the knowledge of the source material to see how much of this is actually different from what was written, and even still, I think that this version of the story is what works for a director like Christopher Nolan. I
oh, it
think that
definitely
this
works for
version of the story is something that works well for the types of audience we have
yeah.
today.
I, I was about to say I think it works better for a modern audience, definitely.
Yeah,
Like, because I think that's why I was trying to use Troy. Troy did the same thing in a lot of ways. They did it for a modern art audience to enjoy.
right.
So yeah, like, but yeah, no, it does it. Like I said, I still recommend the film. I think it's good. But like I said, I just wish the gods were more involved because that's just more of a personal take on my. I think that it made it for me, but I
Right.
understand where they were trying to go with it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So we are so obviously getting into ratings and everything like that. Obviously, I don't need to tell you guys that this is certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes, 94%, 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb. This is critically acclaimed. People are going to see this in 4DX where the seats move. People are going to see this in IMAX. People are going to see this in RPX. People are going to see this in Dolby. People are going to see this in standard. People are seeing this movie, and it is matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm about to fact check this. Fact checking this. It is hold on, because I believe it just broke a record. That's what I'm trying to fact check, but it doesn't look like I was correct. It currently it's at 683 million. It's the sixth highest grossing film of the year. It is being it's being theorized that this might hit $1 billion soon. Because it has very strong momentum right now, and the momentum is only building at this moment. However, with the release of Spider-Man coming at the time of this recording, the upcoming Spider-Man movie, that's going to be the battle of July. So I'm very excited to see how that turns out. But as for my rating,
Spider-Man smokes him. I mean,
that's what we thinking though. That's what we thinking. But I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Like,
I think Spider-Man smokes there. I mean,
I mean, that's what I'm like. Spider-Man has. Oh God! All right, hold on. Tangent time. So like, I have my ticket for Spider-Man. I'm seeing it, tomorrow at the time of this recording, at the time of this video. I'm seeing it at a time where I don't want to tell y'all what time I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing it at a time where people are typically supposed to be at work, and the theater is sold out.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man.
The theater is sold out.
I mean, like the Odyssey, I honestly surprised me how well it did. Not because it's not a great film, and I just didn't think the like people go see it, but I know people go see Spider-Man, especially with the trailers and stuff dropping, and I think I think it helped Spider-Man because Tom Holland's in it, and I think that he did a good role. People want to see him, like you said, in as Spider-Man. So yeah, I think Spider-Man beats them. Not saying it's a competition, but I think Spider-Man is going to eventually outgross it.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So I definitely see it, but we'll see how those numbers turn out. But just for right now, with the rating and everything like that, out of 5 stars, Sharon, what would you give this out of 5 stars?
Oh, ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
I don't think it's the masterpiece. I think it's a really, really good film. I don't know if it's a masterpiece. I see people put 10 out of 10, or I guess in this case 5 out of 5. I'm more into like 3 out of 5, 3.5. I mean, that's like average though, right? Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so what is good out of a 5? Because to me,
good is good is I think about 3.5 to 4.
All right, well, yeah.
3.5 to 4.5 is good.
To me, it falls in that like 3.5, like 4, like it falls in that.
Okay.
For me, just because of the source material, and I like I said, to me, the guy's not playing a big role. Is like a lot of this stuff depends on the gods to make it work for me, and like it didn't like it, but the film is fine. It just, like I said, they made them. I get it. They grounded it, make it more like for the audience. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like a 3.5.
Okay. My rating for this is higher than yours. Obviously, we can all tell I fucking love this movie. This movie blew my mind, changed my life in a way. Like,
I will watch all the Greek movies now.
I came out of the Odyssey feeling like I was on an Odyssey. Like, like I came out a changed man. Like, no, but I at first when I saw this, it was just 5 out of 5, like no questions asked. But having sat with it,
damn.
But hold on though, because after having heard the comparisons of the source material and then having let this sat for some time and just continuously thinking about it, this movie was fire, undoubtedly fire for me, like coast to coast fire. But it is a 4.9 out of 5 right now, which is just a small margin down from the 5. But why did I drop it down? Because the version of the story that Sharon presented me with today, it sounds far more interesting.
I mean, okay, I don't want to be the point one why you drop it down. I'm just saying for my
but I'm not gonna lie to you, because the things that you're explaining and describing, I would have liked to have seen something like that, more closely to that, than what we got is fantastic. I wouldn't change a thing. But if I had to change a thing, it would be to add things from the original story into this film adaptation. But I can still respect it because Nolan made it his own in a way.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm not too mad because there's been
Yeah,
plenty of different. First of all, there's been a tons of different adaptations of the Odyssey. Like I'm thinking through books, everybody has their own and like different interpretation of it. This is not that's just not one of my favorites because but um, yeah, like so that's why I'm not mad at it. Like he was telling the story from how from his interpretation of it. It should be more grounded. It should be more real. Um, it I mean to me that kind of logic falls because it's like all right you took the gods out but you still have like these mystical creatures and stuff so I'm like okay so where's the guy like what did he come from like to me it opens a lot more questions to me because
right,
like
right, right.
you don't got gods or the gods aren't as real as they are in the source material but you still got like cyclopses the Scylla the lizard I mean the dragon or whatever on the rock um you have like these things. Like even I think Cersei's, if I remember, she was like a demigod. I think she was a part. Like she was a daughter of
Yeah,
some
she
god.
was the most god. Her and Calypso were like the only
Yeah,
two.
Calypso is a god. I know that she's a
Yeah,
goddess.
that's what I'm saying. Like those are the
Yeah,
only two that kind
yeah.
of like displayed those
Um,
godlike supernatural.
and she uses the the lotus. See, and
Yeah, the
oh
lotus
man,
flower. Yeah.
the lotus flower. I think that wasn't a first adventure, but earlier in the Odyssey, they go to the lotus. It was an island full of lotuses, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like a bunch of people sitting there like in my mind it was like hippies because it's like yeah man this is just stay with us because like I guess like it does make you hallucinate and basically makes you I guess drugs you and
Yeah.
I thought that'd be the funniest scene to have a bunch of random people laying and like come on man just stay on this island don't worry about it and so yeah they didn't do that they so obviously Calypso was using the lotus plants but that was also a part of the Odyssey they had his own like island or whatever and
Yeah.
yeah like I mean, like I said, I think um, if, my advice today is if you, I will actually read the source material, just at least look it up. You don't got to read it, but if in your free time, I would try to read the Odyssey or like look it up and see then you can compare and contrast what you like about it.
I would like you to know formally that my reading list for this channel has been filled by Children of Blood and Bone, the trilogy of
Oh yeah,
books,
the movies coming
plus
out.
Read, nigga. What you mean?
Well, okay, you can look it up. It's just like
Read.
because it
We's
no,
literally out here now.
it's like the Boondocks. That reading
Oh,
shit the reading shit you do good, man. That's a good job. You be reading shit, right?
yeah, man. Yeah, read shit you do, man. That's some good
Did you just
shit, you know.
did you just congratulate me on reading? Like, well, here's my other question: since you see the Odyssey, would you be willing to watch other Greek type movies like this? I mean, like with I don't know if you have or not, but if you haven't, would this open up another like genre that you would be interested in watching?
um, yes, I would say that this movie has made me a bit more open to seeing what other movies like this are kind of like when you watch them. Um, but I don't think it's nearly as much as it's opened me up to watching more Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah, I could go with
It's
that.
definitely put me on
Yeah,
a hype train, but it also yeah it does make me more interested in seeing. Like if there was another, like I wouldn't mind going back and watching Troy. I wouldn't mind going back
yeah,
and watching
I would say
Gladiator. I
watch
wouldn't
Troy.
mind going and
Well,
watching.
yeah, well, Troy definitely. They had a '90s version of this. At least I think it was like a mini series, or like a series of the Odyssey. They
Yeah,
um
I did hear about that, and I did see clips about that, and I also kind of had that in mind a little bit when I watched this one. So there were
yeah,
things that I was like, oh, okay, well maybe they could have done that, but yeah,
yeah.
but
I would say watch Troy because
yeah.
Troy is
So
like similar.
okay, all right, I'm gonna add that to the list at some point, but Sharon, I want to thank you for coming through to the channel for another review, man. Really appreciate you. You know we're gonna have you on again, so we all gonna stay tuned for that day. All right. But thank you all for tuning in to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button down below. Share this with your friends. Follow us. Subscribe to us. We're all the ticker down below. You see that? All right, hold on. Like and subscribe for more content. Here we go. We're going to read together. Follow us on Twitter and TikTok. There's the handle right there. Instagram. There's the handle right there. Twitch. There's the handle right there. Facebook, where we do BrickWall Anime. And I was trying to say like where the handle is right there, but there's no handle right there. So like I had to restructure my entire sentence in real time. I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check out the Odyssey now playing in theaters. And here we go. The Battle of July starts at the end of this recording. So until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy, stay out of that water. Don't eat them damn cows. And there was an Odyssey joke I made at the end of the review.
Yeah,
but,
the cows.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Until next time, be easy, stay breezy.
Take it easy.
Peace.